H-1B visa fees are going up to $100,000 per applicant starting September 21st of 2025. This is interesting news that just came across the wire. Well, let's take a look together at potential impacts on the United States as far as different jobs, whether it's how does it affect potentially large cap companies, mid cap companies, small companies, those who are publicly traded, those are private, and even small mom and pop companies as well. Let's take a look together. And my name is Instructor Bert. Thank you.
The fact sheet says that President Donald J. Trump has issued a rule, a proclamation, that changes how certain foreign workers can come to the US under something called the H-1B visa program. If a foreign worker not already in the US wants an H-1B visa to work in a specialty occupation, which means a job that usually requires a university degree or special skills, their employer must include a $100,000 payment with the visa petition, the request, to bring them in. One, how people think this will affect specific industries. Big tech, software, technology companies, much higher costs, needing to pay $100,000 per new H-1B visa will be expensive for companies that employ a lot of foreign high-skilled workers. They might hire fewer foreign workers or reduce dependence on overseas talent. Some work could move offshore outside the US or be done by remote teams abroad to avoid this cost. They may try to hire more Americans instead, or pay more to make jobs more attractive to American workers. Sure, there is uncertainty about who the extraordinarily skilled workers are under the new rules, so companies could face delays or more paperwork. IT, outsourcing firms, big hit. Expected, many outsourcing companies depend on bringing in foreign specialists via H-1B. The $100,000 fee may make many projects uneconomical, could accelerate shifting of some jobs back to countries like India, Mexico, etc., where talent resides, avoiding the visa fee and US regulations. Smaller outsourcing firms might struggle more because they have less financial buffer to handle big new costs. Contract work that depends on many foreign skilled workers might get more expensive, so clients may see price increases or prefer in-house work. Universities, research, NUMP, healthcare, researchers and professors from abroad might have more difficulty coming to the US. Universities rely on foreign graduate students and postdocs. New hires from other countries may face fees or barriers. Hospitals needing foreign doctors could be impacted, especially in areas where domestic doctors are scarce. Some organizations may be eligible for exemptions or national interest waivers in critical cases. Startups and AMP, small businesses, likely one of the hardest hit. Startups often have less revenue and less ability to pay large fees. They They often hire early career foreign talent, so they may be filtered out under the new rule. Could reduce where innovation comes from, slowing down development of new ideas. Small businesses may decide to hire domestically, hire fewer people, or delay growth. Foreign workers and AMP, families. For those applying from abroad, it will be more expensive or difficult. Some might abandon plans to come to the US or go to other countries instead. Families of H-1B holders may be affected in travel or re-entry depending on rules. Universities outside the US might become more attractive to students if staying in the US after studying becomes harder. To what critics are saying. Legality and AMP. Executive power. Some say this $100,000 fee is basically a tax, and only Congress has the power to impose such a big fee. Concerns over whether the rule was made properly, notice, comment, etc., under the Administrative Procedure Act. Questions about whether the proclamation exceeds the president's power under immigration laws. Fairness, paint and play, concerns. Critics say this favors the wealthy or large companies, excluding skilled people who cannot afford high fees. Worry that the change penalizes people abroad who planned under older rules, causing anxiety. The extraordinarily skilled standard is vague, creating uncertainty. Risk to innovation, economy and AMP, competitiveness. Foreign skilled workers bring new ideas and inventions. Excluding them may slow innovation. The US economy needs workers in certain fields where there aren't enough American workers. Companies may move operations abroad, meaning loss of US jobs and tax revenue. Uncertainty and implementation problems announced suddenly, leaving confusion about renewals and current visa holders' re-entry. Companies telling employees to avoid international travel to avoid issues. Fear that smaller businesses or non-profits will not have the resources to handle complex waiver processes. Legal challenges could delay or block implementation, adding uncertainty. Impact on US graduates, students. Foreign students graduating in the US may find fewer options or more expensive routes. Could reduce incentive for international students to study in the US. Loss of talent retention for US universities and labs. Potential for discrimination or inequity. Since many H-1B workers come from certain countries, this disproportionately affects them. Purpose. Some worry about brain drain in countries that send skilled workers. Critics argue the rule may violate equal protection or due process norms. B. Arguments in favor of the $100,000 H-1B visa fee. Suspension. 1. Prioritizing high-value workers. Supporters say only the most skilled, high-earning foreign workers will qualify more easily under H-1B. They believe this ensures that foreign workers add significant value to the US economy rather than filling cheaper jobs. Example, Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings argued that the fee ensures visas go only to very high-value jobs. 2. Protecting US workers. AMP, wages, raising costs will reduce how often US workers are displaced by cheaper foreign labor. Supporters argue it restores fairness and ensures US citizens have priority for good jobs. Example, the White House noted cases of US IT workers being forced to train foreign replacements. 3. Encouraging employers to hire NAMP, train Americans. With a high cost for foreign hires, companies may prefer hiring US citizens or permanent residents first. This could lead to more investment in training, education, and STEM programs for American workers. Example: the White House says the change is prioritizing American workers, addressing misuse of the H-1B program. Supporters argue H-1B has been abused by bringing in cheaper labor instead of truly scarce, highly skilled workers. The $100,000 fee forces companies to be selective and discourages misuse. 8. Example: the rule allows exemptions only for cases in the national interest, ensuring flexibility while curbing abuse. Of national security and AMP, long-term strategic interests. Supporters say too many foreign workers without rigorous screening could weaken economic or national security. Maintaining a strong domestic workforce helps the US compete globally and safeguards critical industries. Example: the White House cited national security as a reason for the rule.